Hey everybody, another week, another Monday, another Nintendo Talk. So what's up everybody, Bobby here, Nintendo Guru. Time for the breakdown, Monday through Friday, every day in between. I take 5 to 10 minutes, grab the top Nintendo stories of the week, explain them, talk about them, break them down, give my opinions on them, so on, so forth. So with that,
here we go.
So the first story I want to talk about today, it comes off of Ninmobile News. All my news today, I pulled off their website today, so go check them out, please. That said, the first story I want to talk about was the pre-orders for the SNES Classic. We talked about this weeks ago where we weren't sure what was going on. Then we heard rumors about the FCC kind of holding it up. So then what happens? This weekend, pre-orders go live at Walmart, and everybody kind of exploded and flipped out and was like, this doesn't make any sense. Like, we had no warning. We didn't know what was going on. And I was personally playing in Splatoon matches, and we're all a bunch of us were in a Discord call, and then they just, one after the other, like, oh my god, guys, it's up, it's up, it's up, and everybody kind of, like, started leaving the call to go pre-order and all that, and some people got them, some people didn't. That's neither here nor there. A lot of people, it feels like, or sounds like, got them. The only ones that weren't were majority of the nation that were sleeping, which upset some people, but we'll get into that in a minute. I'm not 100% sure that this was a legitimate go up for pre-orders yet. Part of me thinks that Walmart messed up, and there's some rumors to that fact. There's some emails that went out that said, like, there's some mistakes that shouldn't have happened. I don't know whether it's true or not, but my feeling is someone was going to put the thing up as a placeholder, because Walmart didn't have a placeholder up yet, and then it just went live. And so it makes me wonder, did a mistake happen here, and that's what happened. Following the next day, there was some cancellations, and people started to panic, and they started to get worried. So far, though, it seems like it held steady. The problem here is this. If you guys remember the NES Classic, Target did pre-orders. Nintendo wasn't doing pre-orders. They weren't giving out commitment numbers to anybody. And Target put them out without getting commitment from Nintendo, and then they started canceling them. That's my only fear in all this, is that these stores are going to start doing pre-orders just under pressure of the people, and then next thing you know, cancels start to happen. Then today, someone tweets at Target and asks them, Target, will you be launching pre-orders for the Super Nintendo Classic console online? Will the SNES Classic be sold online as well? $9.29. So Target comes back and says, excited for the SNES release this fall? Good news, we will have this item and it will be available for pre-orders. Get ready for classic action. Polygon then goes and contacts Target and says to him, like, will you have anything? And they basically came back and said, we will have the Super NES Classic, and it will be available for pre-orders on Target.com at a later date. That's what a representative told Polygon. But here's my issue with this. Can we get to the point where this just stops? Can we get to the point where Nintendo just comes out and says, hey guys, we are going to do pre-orders. They're going to be available. They're going to go up this time, a concerted effort where all the stores will put them up live at the same time, and people can just go off and pick their favorite retail chain and get them all at the same time. Now, I know there's people who are going to be like,
But you can't do that. That's not the way it works.
Listen, I have a PlayStation 4 Arkham Knight edition right there on my shelf there. You can't see it, but it's there. Trust me, it's there. The day that went up for pre-order, a few days before, Sony came out and said, we are going to make it go live on this particular date. It's yours. If you want it, here you go. And then when it went live, you click pre-order on the Sony website, it then channeled you off into different locations that were up. I don't see why Nintendo can't do the same thing. Honestly, it doesn't make sense to me why we don't have a date, we don't have a time, we don't know what happens. It's the middle of the night, people are sleeping, people are awake. It's bad for business, honestly. I feel like it doesn't do anybody any good. And I know that Nintendo didn't authorize this, and I know Nintendo can't control the retail market per se. But they can easily go to them and say, like, guys, can we have a candid conversation about this? We need to be preemptive about this. We need to do stuff. We need to limit one per customer. We have to find ways to do this. So hopefully we can fix all these issues and get it rectified as we move forward. But time will tell. So Nintendo came out with some news today, and they're basically talking about the Amiibo functionality in Metroid Samus Returns. So obviously we have the two Amiibo that are coming out, Samus and the Metroid Amiibo. And basically here's what it's going to do. So the Samus Aran Metroid Series Amiibo, when the Aeon Gauge is empty, scan the Samus Aran Amiibo and it will be replenished. When completing the game, you will be able to unlock Metroid 2 art, which will be seen in the art gallery in-game. The Metroid Series. Players can use a Metroid marker to locate the nearest Metroid on the map. Once the game is completed, players can access a new difficulty mode, Fusion, which can be played using the Fusion suit at the start of the game. Samus from the Super Smash Bros. Series. Enables the use of a missile reserve tank and can be used when players run out of missiles in-game. After completing the game, the player will unlock concept art of the game and it will be viewable at the gallery menu. Zero Suit Samus from Smash Bros. It gives an energy reserve tank, will be available when you've lost all energy, and it replenishes itself. Unlock the sound test mode when completing the game. So the game hits September 15th. I kind of like this, you know, I don't know that I would actually use these. It's almost like Breath of the Wild to some degree, where scan the Amiibo and get your missile tank filled. That stuff to me just doesn't feel right. And that's just me. That's me personally. If you've beat the game, then fine. If you're struggling, then I guess that's okay. But you know what? You play the game how you want to play the game, and that's fine for everybody. For me personally, I won't even use these Amiibo. I'll have them, definitely. I've pre-ordered both the Samus and the Metroid one. But at the end of the day, I don't think I'll use those at all. They'll just sit on my shelf with the rest of my Amiibo and just look pretty, I guess. Man, Pokemon GO cannot catch a break whatsoever. Seems like every time they try to do something, something bad happens for them. So they this weekend they try to do this huge Pokemon GO festival. Basically, it just broke down. The servers weren't running. Players have been experiencing ongoing interference issues when connecting due to thousands of players surrounding each other in one location. Unfortunately, this didn't go as Niantic had planned. Obviously, hopefully in the future they can fix this. But ultimately, like, all the attendees who booked a trip to Chicago for the Pokemon GO Fest this weekend are now being refunded and getting $100 of Poke Coins to compensate due to the problems the game had experienced during the event. Which I guess that's cool. I guess that's okay. I feel bad for people that, like, flew to Chicago in order to do this. Like, there was a bunch of people that actually flew to Chicago to be a part of this event, and it just didn't go. There was if you go to C&D, Captain Nintendo Dude, if you go to his YouTube page, he's got video footage of being there where they're actually booing the CEO of Niantic. They're chanting, "Fix the game." There's a lot of stuff that people are doing. Ultimately, it seems like a lot of people still had a good time, enjoyed their time meeting people, taking pictures, hanging out with people. But this is a shame for Niantic. I mean, they just can't seem to catch a break whenever they start to unveil something new or release something new. They just can't get it together. So hopefully in the future they can fix this, and hopefully it gets better for all. But I feel sorry for the people that, you know, went out there and spent a lot of money to get out there. Hopefully they had a good time, and that's ultimately all you can ask for. So that is all. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please slap the like button, share it with your friends. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe, please. Follow me Instagram, Twitter at Nintendo Gurus. That is all. See me later.